Witness B tells me now to say, in that brief call, General Shibiri asked her a certain information in relation of the Mr. Swart murder case, and then witness B tells me that she told General Shibiri that the case that we're dealing with is of a sensitive nature, so she did not feel comfortable to discuss it over the phone, which is why now the decision to come like physically to his office was emphasized.
When you say decision, was she saying to General Shibiri that she will come to him, or was he inviting the team to come and meet him at his offices?
He was inviting. He had already done it through Colonel Mukwena. But now I think he also wanted just to get some information before we could come, which then witness B said no, but General, I don't feel comfortable talking about this case over the phone, given the sensitivity it has. And then we had to go see him the following day.
Okay, and in paragraph 38, you then deal with the meeting. Can you take us through it?
Can I just for completeness, sorry, witness A, just for completeness, your statement says that she told him, General Shibiri, that she had concerns about providing such a report to him, and it ends there. So on a reading of the statement, it suggests she refused to give him. But from what you're saying, it in fact should have said such a report to him over the phone. That's a complete statement from what you're saying.
That is correct, Commissioner. Maybe it is the way that I gave the statement. She didn't actually refuse, but she suggested that it can be given to him verbally, not over the phone.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. At paragraph 38, you deal with the meeting?
Yes, at paragraph 38, it was the day that we were supposed to go and meet with the general at his office. But given the lot of work that we had on this docket, we could not just drive in the morning and go see the general. We had to do the task that was at hand, the investigation on this case. Then much later on the day, then we drove to Pretoria in the company of the member that had gave us the instruction to go attend to the crime scene from Brigadier Khopane on the 17th. So it was 3 of us going to see General Shibiri in his office at Pretoria.
Okay, continue.
Yes, and then when we arrived at the office of the general, we were welcomed in, and then the meeting started. It actually was not even a formal meeting. He just asked a very few questions about the case, and then during that conversation, he told us that this case that we were working on was actually a very sensitive case because the people that are arrested are connected to people that are very dangerous. And then he told us that these people who are the now suspect are connected to a person who had already passed away by then, who was called Mswazi. And then they are very dangerous. And then there is a lot of resistance and interference that we're going to get from the police while we're doing our investigation. And then he also wants us to take care or to look after ourselves. And during the conversation, he also gave us the person that works with the group, but he belongs to a DPCI, which is Hawk's office, Tom's office, by the name of Zungu. We didn't know that person before we came to this office, but we were told about him to say he works with this group. We might encounter interference from him and other people that maybe we're not told about there.
Witness A, can I just take you back to your statement? You've skipped some information. At paragraph
Yes.
39, after the general tells you, you say after he told you about the very dangerous person called Mswazi, can you just continue from there?
Oh, yes. Then he told us that as the suspect we are applying for bail, he told us that he asked us what was the status and everything, and then we told him obviously that we were opposing bail. And then he said there were envelopes that were on offer. He termed it as there were 3 envelopes flying around that were on offer for the suspects to get bail. He said 1 envelope will be for the investigating officers, the other one will be for the magistrate, the last one will be for the prosecutor. And then by envelopes, we understood him to mean money, even though he didn't say money, but he said there is 3 envelopes flying around to make sure that these people get paid.
Now, witness A, when you say General Shibiri, when General Mkwanazi testified, he spoke to a senior person who informed the investigators that there were 3 envelopes. Was he referring to, do you know if he was referring to General Shibiri?
Yes, my understanding is that he was referring to General Shibiri, because in this investigation, when you take the mentioning of 3 envelopes, it only appeared in the meeting that we had with General Shibiri. And by the way, we reported it to our commanders as well.
Thank you.
Can I just ask a follow-up question, Witness A? The mention of 3 envelopes, A, was it made in your presence? And B, what was your reaction to it when it was made, the mention of the 3 envelopes?
It was made in my presence. My first reaction, it was just shock. And then it wasn't that I was expecting to be told now, because I was here sitting with the senior officer who was now needed to give me guidance to say what to do with those 3 envelopes, because obviously they were coming our way. I expected the general to say, if this envelope come, do this about them. Or this is the action that has already been taken to avert that thing happening, so that the envelopes don't even get to you. But all that did not happen. To what witness B asked a direct question to the general to say, if it happens that the general knows about these envelopes and he knows that they are flying around and one of them is coming to his members, and then he also knows that there are people who are doing wrongdoing in terms of Zungu now, because he's already been disciplined. Now, witness B asked the general directly to say, what is being done by that? And then the general said there should be inquiry opened with the aim to register a project for investigation such wrongdoings. But he didn't say that had already taken place. He was telling us what was supposed to have been done, which would mean if witness B didn't ask, I don't think that was going to be mentioned even.
Thank you, Witness A.
May I, sir? Do you, in paragraph 40, and you've already mentioned in your evidence the reference to Zungu, do you know if General Shibiri has done anything or taken steps relating to this Zungu police officer?
No, Commissioners, we did actually not do a follow-up on that. We don't know if anything was done to Zungu. Neither did we ever identify who this Zungu person is.
Thank you. Thanks, Mr.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi. Witness A, just to go back to the reference to 3 envelopes by General Shibiri, was it your understanding that he was saying that he knew that there were 3 envelopes available if you were willing to accept it, or was he saying that he had the envelopes for you?
No, what I understood is that he was saying he knew that there is envelopes that were ready, which one of them was meant for the investigating officers. But I don't know if he had them with him, and I didn't understand it to say he was having them, or he was having one envelope with him. I didn't understand it that way.
Okay. In paragraph 40, you dealt with Zungu, but your statement starts with another person. Can you read that and then just explain whether General Shibiri expanded on that issue?
He did not expand it. He just told us that he knows a lawyer that was standing for Mr. Tau. Then he mentioned by name that is Mr. Victor Marshall, who has since been struck off the roll.
Now,
And then he didn't give any reference as to why he is mentioning him or what was the reason he mentions him. But he just told us that he knows the lawyer that was standing for Tau, which was true because we had already been in court a few times with Tau, and then we knew whose lawyer was.
okay, and then in paragraph 41, you've already dealt with what Witness B's attitude was towards General Shibiri, mentioning wrongdoings by officers where there seem to have been no consequences. But you deal with another issue that she had raised. Can you deal with that in paragraph 40, and the second part of that paragraph?
That will be now the issue of Zoom or paragraph 41, Commissioner, if I may ask.
Paragraph 41, where Witness B had made a request to General Shibiri after she had asked about what steps had been taken against officers that have been accused of wrongdoing.
Oh, yes. It means when we spoke, then after having asked, Witness B having asked General Shibiri what he will do about what he has just told us, we went on with talking with General Shibiri, and then he advised us that we get protection in terms of assistance, actually, in terms of seeing if the cars that we're using were not followed or fitted with unauthorized trackers, and also to have them checked for that I've just said. And then Witness B asked General Shibiri if it would be possible to request that the ballistic section speed up the ballistics analysis of the firearms, to which General Shibli agreed. And then he took the phone and then he made a call to a person that he referred to as Brigadier Mlauzi at the ballistics Pretoria and requested that the ballistics be fast-tracked.
Can I just follow up on that? Was there an issue with the ballistics at that stage? Why would there be a request for it to be expedited?
At this time, there was no delay, but we just knew that usually your ballistics will be what delays the investigation in our experience. You will do all your investigation, then you complete it, then it will be the ballistics that is holding back the investigation. So we just was requesting for an assistance from that front.
And you have dealt with it, but if I could just ask you to then read paragraph 43 and 44 into the record.
Before you do that, let me take you back to paragraph 40. Did your investigations ever reveal that Zungu was working with the suspects?
No, it did not reveal it because we actually did not conduct that investigation, because it would need a complete parallel investigation. And at that given time, we had a lot on our hands. We actually were focused with dealing with the case of murder and linking the other suspect who had, that we had already identified as the hit organizer, which is Kadisum Leaf. So we didn't really undertake to do that investigation, commissioners.
And did General Shibiri ever mention this subject to you again?
Of Officer Zungu in particular?
Of Zungu.
No, he didn't.